What's good, everybody? We got game number 2 in this CIS LAN final over here. It's Anotand in the southeastern side of Hillendale as the Chinese playing against 3DB on the Delhi. So this is a map that you definitely typically favor some boomy civilizations, but one of the things that why you kind of hear that tentative nature in my voice is the two sacred sites that spawn near 3DB should be very easily securable for him, and that's always scary, is when Delhi has two easy sacred sites that you can't really deny easily. They really can start to unlock a bit of their eco. There's that village finishing on up as expected, and Anotand moving over to the gold. This is really going to be about feudal age and about how much denial, if any, Anotand's going to be able to do on the sacred sites. And then castle age is where everything unlocks. 3DB going to be able to get village fortress, going to be able to start dropping keeps, try to put that timer on Anotand, and Anotand should be up 30 vills at that point. You would hope, at least, with 2 TC song or at least 1 TC song over time. Thanks for the follow, Demo. Couple more sheep just being brought back on around. All these free techs coming in, and the thing is with the Chinese matchup with Hillendale, do you still expect the Tower of, I was gonna say the Dome of the Faith kind of seems to make more sense. I feel like you don't need that archer speed, attack speed as much. You might kind of be focusing on castle age timing, scholar timing a little bit more, kind of a high importance there. And 5 on the Dome of the Faith. Meanwhile, Anotand, 3 villagers on the Imperial Academy. That is a rarity for the Chinese. Usually they're trying to get this Song Dynasty as fast as possible, so they'll have 2 villagers continue to work and only single build this landmark. Since China, they're able to build stuff so fast, even with just 1 single villager, with the bonuses that they have. And then their Song Dynasty is basically like hand in hand when with this Imperial Academy is finishing. But instead, Anotand can see how fast this feudal age is going to come through, and I'm wondering what his game plan is after. If he just wanted this to finish up a little bit faster, maybe wants a second Imperial official quicker, or that just tax influence a little bit quicker. 3DB circle around, getting some vision of Anotand's base, wants to see what he's got going on, what he has planned, and where the resources are, where he can potentially pressure and try to deny. No stone being taken yet. Those 3 villagers start moving on out, and it's not just 3, it is 5 villagers. .3DB circling back around with his scout yet again. And the Barbican to protect up the food, protect up deer, gold, and a boar. Anotand, what a big brain move here. I mean, yeah, it doesn't seem like the greatest positioning long term, but China, if they're getting to long term against Delhi, that's a win for China. They need to get there, and a good way to get there, secure up gold and secure up a ton of food, and that is exactly what this Barbican does. 3DB has dropped the stables, has the first Ghazi Raider in queue. Remember, these are now the new horsemen for the deli. They do a little bit of that bonus damage to heavy, as we're about to see these stats here. They have their mace. They do the typical bonus damage to range like horsemen do, but the extra damage to heavy can really help trade later in the game. Board being taken as we expected. One more shot here, and one more shot here, and it will die. And a wall finishing up in the southern side, so at least has one of the corners of his hill protected. Spots out the Ghazi Raider. Town Center was able to get at least a one shot off, and 3DB killing down one of those sheep. What a mean guy. Barracks able to be built now. Enough wood into the bank, and Ghazi Raider, an additional one circling around. Villager going to be able to sneak through right in between these Ghazi Raiders productions. A little bit of some extra shots able to get in though from this Barbican, which really could add up, which really could be a huge benefit for Anotand if these Ghazi Raiders are only, you know, half health or 3/4 health compared to what they should be. Ooh, one of them not taking the best pathing there, running directly into two spears, but there it is. A couple of the others circle around the backside, right on top of the wood line, but Village is right there, available near to be just jumped inside, and Villagers not a worry in the world. Spearman again in a good positioning here for Anotand, forcing those Ghazi Raiders back, and the next one not able to do anything. 4 IOs. Anotand already has 4 IOs out. Usually you'll see 3 early on, but 4 already. I feel like Anotand, he's really investing into his eco. He just needs to be able to defend up these locations. It has been all Ghazi Raiders for 3DB. Just wants that mobility and wants that usefulness there. Walls have been finished in the east, and Anotand attempting to finish up some walls on the front side of his hill. It's only Ghazi Raiders and spears, even though, you know, it's 12-6. These spears, they're going to be fine in this. You know, this isn't a trade you want to take if you're 3DB, but 2 sacred sites have been secured. 3DB doesn't know where the third one is. He doesn't realize it's on his side of the base. He thinks it's all the way far side or something. Now the Ghazi Raiders, they're going to start diving towards the Barbican. They're just starting to burn down the Barbican. I don't think this is a great trade that you would want. Maybe you're going to push out some of these deer, and there it is. Now the big brain play, push out some deer, but ultimately, he's looking for this third sacred site, and the lack of scouting early on is causing a huge detriment for him. Villagers, though! Anotand! Anotand! It's a circle! Oh, it's not a circle. Haha. Another Ghazi Raider goes down. This is like 4 or 5 Ghazi Raiders that have been thrown away for nothing. I mean, idle time, I guess I should say. It's not nothing. It's idle time on Anotand's food income, which is crucial for him because he was planning on this faster castle timing. Speaking of the faster castle timing, the third sacred site is just now starting to be capped, even though Anotand hasn't moved out on this map with any units at all. Back wall starting to be burnt down. A couple more Ghazi Raiders on the front side, but will be met with a wall this time. So Anotand safe and sound for a good bit of time. Gonna start rebuilding this wall most. Oh, he's gonna build a gate. I'm honestly shocked he doesn't just delete it. Okay. The 3DB forcing the spear split up because he's also burning the gate on the front side and has archers here to help now. Anotand still not castle age, and there it is. Clock tower starting to be dropped. He's got 11 villagers fast building this. Spears just still trying to defend up this backside. And the front side is now open with this gate on fire and burning, taken down, and the Ghazi Raiders are through. Where will they go and what will they damage first? They have the archers in support, but will be a little bit slower. Castle Age is finished. And there's the first knight. Lancer right off the bat. Spear upgrade as well. 3DB investing into some walls around the sacred site. Ghazi Raiders again diving for the Barbican, just trying to burn this down, and the Barbican just focusing on the archers here. Spears can slowly close this gap. No scholars here to heal this up. This takes a good bit of time, and I feel like Anotand's kind of fine with this for the time being. Anotand redirecting the Barbican again to the archers. If he kills out enough of these archers, the Spears can just close the gap and take the fight before the Barbican goes down. And that's exactly what he's looking to do. He has a Lancer here. A Lancer just needs to focus on the archers as well. Spears starting to close the gap, and the Barbican is still safe and secure. Totally fine. Villagers can heal it up if need be. I think he... Yep. One Vil sits to heal it on up, and the other 4 go back to the boar. Archers cleared, and Ghazi Raiders are the only thing really left for 3DB. I'm not really sure the thought process of burning down that Barbican. Would have much rather seen some other hits in the eco. Ghazi Raiders trying to turn, only a few more archers left, and Lancer numbers starting to climb a little bit. You can't forget these Ghazi Raiders do bonus damage against those armored units, but they shouldn't dive in against Spears. Spears closing the gap. So many Ghazi Raiders just got taken down. .3DB has been spending all of his food. He is investing heavier and heavier into this feudal age, but Anotand, he's castle. He is starting to push the military back and get upgrades behind this as far, well, not upgrades, but have the tech advantage behind this. He does have all the eco upgrades matching the Delhi side. But more importantly, now he is starting to close down on the sacred side. It's going to try to start denying this free eco that 3DB has coming in for him. I think 3DB is making the realization that he needs to go up to castle. Look at these Ghazi Raiders trading against the Lancers. Spears have moved through. One sacred site starting to be denied, and all he really wants to do at the very least is deny one to reset that timer, to reset that clock that he will no longer have ticking down. Archer number very, very healthy. Anotand still not at the military mass he needs. No, he control. Okay, we're good. I was about to say he control all military, almost allowing that sacred site to not be decapped. But there it is. Sacred site has been decapped. Lancer number up to 9. Ooh, tries to charge in. One of the Lancers gets surrounded. What great micro here by 3DB. Anotand just getting right behind his walls. Has a monastery, so looking to start securing the relics behind this as we see the first 2 are being brought back as we speak. And there it is. Chinese being able to secure relics, so huge. B headed back towards the Barbican again. If it didn't work once, it didn't work twice. He's gonna go for it a 3rd time, this time with a lot more units, so should be able to get this unless Anotand reacts, which he's got a decent sized mass to react. I don't know if he wants to take this fight though. Lest the nest of bees arrived. If the nest of bees arrived, that is one that can change the course of a whole entire game. All you need is one solid nest to be shot, and that can win you the game. Finally, Blacksmith dropped military upgrades coming in as well. Wololo attempt by one of the monks from Anotand. Denying those relics over from Delhi is so huge as well, because they're usually the civ to hit castle quicker, get all the relics immediately with all that scholar control out on the map. B has resecured the sacred sites, but Anotand starting to feel comfortable enough to try to move on out. He's created himself a 15 eco lead. Pretty solid shot there from the Nested Bees. Able to get a good bit of damage on a lot of those archers. And the compound of the defender canceled on the front side. 3DB knows that could have just been a way for him to immediately lose the game. But going up with the compound on the defender on the backside. The problem is, all this gives him is unlocking the units. All those upgrades still take so long to finish on up. Lancer's still moving forward. Nested Bees taking another shot, not able to get any good hits in there. The Ghazi Raiders trying to circle around, probably trying to either hit the Nested Bees would be my guess, but a good couple spears on the backside, able to spot out the split units from 3DB. But now 3DB is the one who needs to be worried. Archers having to kite back. The new age has finished, so we'll be able to start getting these upgrades, start trying to get what he needs. One house being burnt down real quick with those spearmen, as their main job is to just defend the Nested Bees. Villagers being idled inside the TC. Anotand pushing forward yet again. All of these spears, if they close the gap on these Ghazi Raiders, it could just be all that Anotand needs to win this fight. There's only a few more Ghazi Raiders up front and forward, and now the Lancers can maybe just do what they want. That's the Bees! It's over! It's over after that one! The spears, they're immediately able to jump right on top of that war elephant. So expensive coming out. Lancers diving in on the backside. 3DB is getting crushed right now. Anotand is methodically winning this game with Chinese versus Delhi. And 3DB throws in the towel. We are going on to the third game with the series tied 1-1.